And now Kylie Spencer, the author of Raising Them Right, joins me now with more on Charlie Kirk's legacy. Kyle, thanks for coming on. I know you've reported extensively on Kirk and other conservative activists. What do you think made Charlie Kirk different?
Charlie Kirk was really gifted at messaging to a new Republican Party. And he was really gifted at sharing with audiences the way that the Republican Party could meet the needs of a young, energized group of people who had felt alienated and disenfranchised from the party before he arrived on the scene.
President Trump credits Kirk with helping him get back in the White House. What do you make of how he gained so much influence so young?
Charlie Kirk was a very charismatic leader. He was a very gifted strategist. He was somebody who, as I wrote my book and followed him, I saw how good he was at creating alliances. Donors, politicians, young people, they really adored him. Had a rare gift for a political activist of being able to align himself and create close relationships with people of all ages and of all different backgrounds. That was what allowed him to have the influence he had. People really trusted him, and they were young, they were old, they were different races. The folks who really agreed with Charlie and his views saw him as a very good spokesperson for those views and somebody who could share those views with others.
You say he's impacted the Republican Party in ways people don't even understand. What do you mean by that?
Um, Charlie Kirk came into the movement when he was very young, just out of high school. And very early on, he had an idea. And the idea was that the Republican Party was old and stodgy, disconnected to the country, and using outdated methods to communicate. Charlie told operators, he told donors as he toured around the country. This was in 2012, 2013, while the Tea Party movement was going on. He traveled the country. He said, I have a new vision for the Republican Party. It attracts a diverse group of people. It attracts young people. It is cool. It is exciting. It is energetic. People are passionate about what the Republican Party stands for. What we see today in the Republican Party, that's Charlie's legacy, and that lives on.
Given his influence on young people, how do you see his vision for the party carrying on?
Turning Point USA, which has been the mechanism and the system in which Charlie has been able to corral followers and to spread the message of the Republican Party, that is a very, very well-funded, very large operation with a very, very big staff that was with Charlie for years. Charlie is really the brander, the spokesperson, the money raiser. That was the role he had, a strategist, a thinker. But the doers inside Turning Point USA and the various factions of Turning Point USA, Turning Point Action, Turning Point Faith, those are other people who Charlie hired, and they will live on and they will continue to do the work that they've done. As the premier spokesperson for the Turning Point brand, Charlie will not, he will no longer be around to play that role. But the events, a lot of the stuff that Turning Point USA is known for will continue.
So, Kyle, how do you think his murder could impact the movement and the party?
I think what you're seeing right now in the country are two ways of handling this tragedy. There is one faction that is saying we need to turn down the rhetoric. We need to stop this violence. We need better gun control. Nobody on a college campus, a student, a visitor, a speaker, a debater, should feel unsafe, should feel that their life is at risk. And the way to achieve that type of safety on a college campus is better gun control laws. There is another faction that is seeing this as a call to action, a call to war. There is a faction that has decided already that the person who killed Charlie was a liberal. And that liberal is part of a movement that wants to aggressively take down the Republicans. So these are two different views and ways of handling this terrible, terrible event. And I'm not sure which side will prevail, but what we are watching right now is a diverging views on how to go forward.
All right, author of Raising Them Right, Kyle Spencer. We appreciate your time today, Kyle. Thank you.
Thank you.